Have you ever tried guilting yourself into accomplishing the tasks on your to-do list? Has it ever worked? Maybe you've been laying on the couch all day, scrolling Instagram or watching YouTube shorts, and there's this little scratching inside your skull, and it keeps saying, get off your ass and go clean the bathrooms. And yet, you stay. Your fingers sliding over the screen no matter how loud that voice gets. And it doesn't motivate you. It just sends you further down a spiral of guilt and shame and memes. It's the worst. But what if I told you you don't have to feel like that? There is a way to balance the need for rest while also feeling accomplished, even on those days when you feel like you just can't. Welcome back to Rebel with a Plan. I'm Dakota Rebel, and today I'm going to share my secret for breaking the cycle of self-abuse and sabotage by leaning into the idea of bare minimums. Full disclosure, I did have an older version of this video up on the channel, but I wanted to do an update to add some new things that I've learned and also update my list of bare minimums because it has changed over the years. So if you've watched that video already, this one is going to be fresh information. So I hope you'll stick around. The first thing that I need you to understand is you will never get it all done. It's just not possible. Even if you make a list and you check all of those things off, there are just more tasks that need to be done. It is never ending, and it's just not possible to ever be truly done. Once you accept that, it's going to become easier to accept yourself and accept the idea of bare minimums. Because something will always be better than nothing. And we practice progress over perfection every damn day in the Rebel family. I cannot hammer home enough the idea that willpower is not a morality issue. You are not a productivity machine. You are a human being with energy that ebbs and flows and cycles. Some days, you're gonna eat all the frogs. And other days, you're gonna lay on the couch digging Dorito dust out of your bra. It's called balance. While I will be sharing my bare minimums list with you, I really urge you to come up with the list that works for you and your lifestyle. My list is focused on my house, because when my house is out of sorts, I am out of sorts. That's just my personality, and these are the things that matter to me. I can look like a hot mess, but my house has to be tidy. Your bare minimums need to be personal to you and your personality. Maybe you don't give a crap what your house looks like, but you need to be put together. So maybe the first thing on your list is to take a shower. You just need to find those bite-sized tasks that you can knock off a list and feel accomplished before you lay back down on the couch. That's it. Obviously, the hardest part of this is actually getting up. But for me, knowing that I can be right back there in 20 minutes if I want to be does help me to get up and start moving. I want to add a disclaimer. And I know everyone has said that disclaimers aren't necessary. These are your opinions. This is your video. These are your channel. These are your videos. This is your channel. And I appreciate that. And that's correct. However, with this one specifically, I do want to say I am speaking as an able-bodied, clinically sound of mind, clinically, person. If you have clinical depression, if you have a chronic disease or disorder, this is not for you. If there is a medical reason that you struggle, you need to find your own balance. And me telling you to get up off the couch, that's not helpful to you, and I recognize and understand that. This is also not for new moms. Come on. I know you're not going to sleep when that baby sleeps. None of us do. It's the only time we ever have to ourselves when our children are babies. So just sit down with empty arms for 5 minutes. It's okay. Stop expecting so much out of yourself in this season of your life. So just like my list is not for everyone, this quote-unquote advice is not for everyone. And we do not judge others for what they can or cannot do, medically or otherwise. We're all on our own journey, and we're all in our own seasons of life, and that's okay. So let's have some common sense about this, okay? Now, let's dive into my list. Number 1, make my bed. I make my bed every single day. It may not be right when I first get up, but at some point during the day, I do make my bed. I do not do this for aesthetic reasons. Clearly, I'm not an aesthetic girly. I also don't do it because a productivity bro on the internet told me that it was an important part of my day. I make my bed so that I am not tempted to crawl back in it. My bed is not fancy. I don't have throw pillows. I don't have extra blankets. So this takes me literally like a minute. What are you doing? You just don't know if you want in or out, do you? Number 2, I take care of my dishes. I am blessed enough to have a dishwasher. So I never have a sink full of dishes to contend with. Mostly this involves either loading the dishwasher, emptying the dishwasher, or taking care of like the straws or random things that cannot go into the dishwasher. So this is one that I can include in my bare minimums list because it's not going to take me very long. Mileage may vary for you. Item number 3, I clear my counters. My husband and my son are self-sufficient, functioning members of this household. So therefore, if there is stuff on the counters, it's probably mine anyway. So I take a few minutes and I clear my own clutter. I wipe off any crumbs or coffee splashes that may have been missed or left behind. But that's it. Once that's done, I can move on. Number 4, I vacuum the floors. I vacuum my carpet and my kitchen. The day I realized that I could just vacuum my kitchen floors changed my life. I no longer have to dig out the broom and the dustpan. I don't have to hunch over like sweeping stuff into, no, I don't have to do any of that. I just vacuum my living room and then I move right on into the kitchen and I vacuum up all those crumbs and it is life-changing. If you didn't know you could do that, permission granted. Vacuum your kitchen floors. It is so much faster and easier and it gets more stuff up than a regular broom and dustpan. As for my living room, nothing makes me feel into sorts. Into sorts? You can be out of sorts, and then are you sorted? Nothing makes me feel sorted. Quite like fresh vacuum lines in a carpet. It just makes the house look and feel clean, regardless of the state of my baseboards. So if we're counting, we've got about 1 minute to make the bed, 5 minutes to take care of the dishes, maybe 4 minutes to do the counters, and 10 minutes to do all the floors. That's 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, I've got my house set to rights, and I feel like I have accomplished something. Here's the secret to this. Once I'm up, I'm more likely to stay up. While I'm wiping the counters down, I'm most likely going to do the stove and the microwave too. My microwave is up, which is why I did that. I'm already right there. What's another couple minutes? Before I vacuum, I may as well grab a rag and dust everything off so I can vacuum up all that dust along with all the dog hair. And now that the sink is empty, I may as well clean that too. Does this happen every time? No. Sometimes I really feel like shit and I just want to feed my dopamine gremlin cat videos. And that's okay. Because look at all the other stuff I got done. Anyone could walk in my house and I would feel comfortable with it. They would have no idea that 21 minutes ago, I was on the couch near tears with a messy house. If you need a little push of motivation to get off the couch, I cannot recommend enough blaring music. Listen, I've discovered something recently and I've been wanting to share it with you and I haven't really been sure where to put it. So we're going to put it here because I think it fits. The only thing better than discovering new music is discovering old music. The other day my son was watching a YouTube short and this clip came on and it was playing Ludo's Love Me Dead. The way I ran to my playlist to add those songs, because it unlocked like a core memory for me of when I would have that album on repeat. And it was my favorite thing. And then as always happens, I discovered something new and I moved on and I kind of forgot about them. So now, guess what's on repeat again anytime I need motivation to stand up? Yeah, Ludo's Love Me Dead. So go through your old notebooks and your old journals and your old playlists and find that artist that just used to spark so much joy in you and then crank that Soulja Boy. Use it as motivation to get started on something. Another tip would be to put on a comfort show in the background. You've watched these shows enough that you don't have to watch it. You can just listen to Spencer Reid and Derek Morgan banter with each other while you're wiping down the counters. Or whatever your thing is. Whatever it is that makes you feel accomplished. The most important part is to stop believing that guilt is going to be your motivator. You are never going to shame yourself into action. Or at the very least, you're never going to get momentum that way. Negativity is an unnecessary expense, especially when it comes to the way you treat yourself. So try this bare minimum exercise. Choose things that will take less than 30 minutes, but will make an impact in your environment and in your headspace. There are no right or wrong options here. I mean, don't put smash a bag of Cool Ranch and pet the dog on your bare minimums list. They need to be productive things, but they don't have to be difficult things. And they should be small and manageable. So regardless of your mood or your energy levels, there are things that you can get done. Sir, there are easier ways to say hello. I gotta wrap this up. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope that you learned something or that you were at the very least entertained. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Please don't forget to smash all the Youtubey buttons for me and leave a comment below to let me know what you might put on your bare minimums list if you're willing to share. I love you so much. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, so sometimes at the end of these videos, I like to tell you a little embarrassing fact about myself, and today is no different. This is the second time I'm recording this because the first time I recorded it, I went to edit it and there was no sound. And I was like, crap, my microphone died. Fantastic. So I go to Amazon to order a new microphone and I look over at this one and I'm like, what does that do? That's a volume control dial. I've had this microphone for 3 years. I had no idea that there was a volume dial, and it was turned to mute. I'm glad I noticed it before I spent money on a new microphone, but I wanted to tell you this in case you start thinking, man, is Dakota the smartest girly on the internet? No, but I might be one of the dumbest. Anyway, I just wanted to share that tidbit with you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.